You know, some people age like a fine wine, and some people age like a can of special brew left on a hot windowsill. Whichever one you are, get ready to talk about those pesky little emotions of yours, because it's time for another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Please welcome your host, Sam Lake. It was me the whole time. Hi everyone, welcome to I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings, where today my guest is the diva who slays, and she's fierce. It's Olga Koch. Hi, diva.
Hi. Can you call me diva?
I can call you diva. I just want to get the tea on the situation.
Okay, Detective Fierce.
Do you like all of those memes where it's all of the puns involving slay,
so
fierce?
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh no, another air slain has flown into the Twink Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like tried at the slag.
I think on the way here, United Arab Emirates.
Very good.
Very fun. Very fun
good.
to go on vacation to. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
So much better now that I'm here. Delighted to see you. Delighted to look into your eyes.
Stop it.
Many listeners may not know, but we're very close friends.
Very close friends. Fringe 2016, we planned to have sex with each other, and then I met my husband.
That's how desperate you were not to have sex with me.
How gay.
That you married the first guy you saw.
The very first man.
You're like, yeah, haha, okay, yeah, totally.
He was actually the second, because the first one was a theatre reviewer. Who,
which one was that?
He lied about his age. He said that he was 29, he was actually 37.
Oh my, that is a lie.
It's a stretch.
That is a lie.
Yeah. God, remember the days, sharing a bed. We've come a very long way.
I mean, I'm now going to share a bed with you tonight in your house.
Oh, we do have a spare room. Not important. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're
Coming. Sorry, I take that all back. I'm having an aneurysm. I apologize.
Are you okay? Do you need to go sit on the toilet?
I do have explosive diarrhea. But I can't, nothing will stop me podcasting.
No, never. We must never stop making content. Ever.
That's what I call having diarrhea. Creating content, yeah.
Made a Patreon special. Thanks so much for being here. First things
How
first.
many times are you going to fucking
I'm going
me?
to say, I'm grateful. Shut up. So every guest who is on the pod, they get a choice of beverage to have whilst we chat. You chose... And this is so British of you, because you're so British. You're such a British citizen. You chose a good old classic cup of tea.
A lovely milky tea.
A nice milky brew.
Can you do a Cornish accent?
Not really, no.
What is the Cornish accent? You're from Cornwall.
Yes, but it's like a West Country
I was going to say Cornland.
Cornland. Cornwall in the Principality of Cornland. It's like a West Country accent, but it's... I don't know. Like, a West Country accent sort of sounds like this.
Oh, the sort.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit like Jade Adams.
Yeah.
And then Cornish.
Oh, it's a lovely accent. It's very melodic. I love it. So soft.
Yeah. Do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
I think, okay. So then the difference is the Cornish accent is very guttural and harsh. It's a real pounder of an accent.
Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Is there something about a cup of tea that just really does it for you? Is it just what you're in the mood for?
There's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. I think there's a lot of sort of cultural weight to it. Sort of the empire in a cup.
We're only 5 minutes in, but sure, let's talk about colonialism.
I'll say, ultimately, it's I want a coffee, but I can't. My body and butt can't handle it.
Your mouth's writing checks that your butthole can't clear.
So here I am, sort of settling for tea.
But you
never settle for tea. Sorry.
You came for tea. You're sipping the tea. It's that truth tea, auntie.
Yeah, no, I ordered tea so I could spill it.
Please don't. The equipment is very expensive. But do you find when I have a cup of tea, because I drink a lot of coffee, if I have a tea, I'm having a tea to feel comfort?
Yeah.
You find it comforting?
Yeah, and it coats the mouth because it's so milky.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
You like a milky coating?
There's something, it's really silly, but I do feel like I'm participating in a tradition whenever I have tea.
Like a
in the
ceremony?
UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 5 o'clock tea.
Like a 5 o'clock tea?
No.
Little cucumber sandwich?
Yeah.
Little cream tea scone?
God, such vile foods. Inedible. Everything you've just said, just absolutely
You wouldn't have a scone with cream and
vile.
jam.
It's fine. It's no like croissant.
No, it's not a croissant. It's better.
What the fuck are you talking about? Are you telling me a scone is better than a croissant?
I 100% am.
Are you fucking serious? Are you high?
No. Well, maybe. We stuck this up very recently and the fumes are still in the room.
That is obscene. That's one of the most upsetting things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well. Looks like we're making quite the controversial content.
Oh my God, I thought we would be friends forever.
How do we move past
And
this?
yet, I'm reconsidering everything.
I
guess let's move on.
Okay, do you know what? We'll have to put
What about like a fun donut? What about like a fresh out of the fryer Krispy Kreme original glazed?
Ooh, well, okay. You had me until you said Krispy Kreme.
Okay, well, not Krispy Kreme then.
I would go to like a nice donut place.
Yeah.
Like here in Edinburgh, there's the Kilted Donut.
Lovely.
Lovely donuts.
Yeah.
Little Boston cream.
A Boston cream, obviously better
Love a
than
Boston
a scone.
cream. When me and David went on honeymoon last year,
Yeah.
all of the Tim Hortons. You can get at Tim Hortons, you can get a cruller. I look everywhere for them
Cruller
in the UK.
Deville?
Cruller Deville.
Yeah.
She's slay. She's fierce.
Cruella de Vil. Okay, sorry.
Danslations. Sorry, carry on.
Woof. So, okay, I'm really, really sorry. I promise I'm interrupting you for a good reason.
I hope so.
We are coming back to Tim Hortons immediately. So, basically, I believe her name was Dodie. Do you have access to the internet?
Yes. Princess Diana, carry on.
Who wrote 100 Slaymations? It's Dodie. It's Dodie.
What's the book called?
100 Dalmatians.
Just 100?
What's it called?
101.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally lied. I do remember. I was like somewhere around 100. Give or take one.
Smith.
Dodie Smith. Okay,
Dodie Smith.
Dodie Smith was
Yes.
a writer. She
Okay.
wrote 101 Dalmatians. She also wrote, I think, is it I Captured the Castle? Something like that. One of the 100 best British novels of all time.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so then she, during World War II, I believe, moved to the US because she didn't want to fuck with Europe.
Okay.
And there she hung out with other British authors, including Christopher Isherwood, the guy who wrote Goodbye to Berlin, which Cabaret is based on.
Oh.
So he was telling Dodie about like Sally Bowles and meeting the Sally Bowles, who was like a really cool communist lady, and he totally wrote her as a ditz, but
Right.
we won't even get into that. And then Dodie Smith was like, that sounds lit, you should write it down. And then that created Cabaret the musical, which I think is crazy. And then just slayful that she also wrote 101 Dalmatians and one of the greatest novels of all time, and was a Christian Scientist.
A Christian Scientist.
Something to think about.
What does that mean?
Oh my
Christian
God,
Scientist.
dude! Christian Science. Okay, so basically, there's one woman. I read the whole Wikipedia article once.
I bet you did.
There's a Christian Science reading room here in Edinburgh. So basically, they are like it's heavily magical. They're basically, they say it's Christian Science. In reality, it is a rejection of medicine.
Is this like that creationism museum somewhere in America where
Yes.
they try and tell
Kentucky.
people that dinosaurs are real, but they existed at the same time as Jesus?
Yes.
Jesus had a pet pterodactyl.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
and
like
I've
that.
famously been
Yes.
to the Creation Museum. But yeah, Christian Science, and it was like it gained traction, I believe, in the late 1800s. But yeah, I think Christian Science is a wrong term for it, because it is what it was is like you can heal yourself without medicine, and that's not great.
Okay.
Anyways, I just thought it
message.
was fascinating that the woman who wrote 101 Dalmatians, without her, we wouldn't have maybe this time. I'll
Okay.
be lucky. Okay, so
Okay, so that was a tangent just so that you could show off your vocal range. For what's your voice acting agent called?
Look, they do stunt castings on Cabaret in the West End all the time. Why Amy Lou Wood? Why not me?
I would love to see it.
Amy Lou Wood, very, very talented.
Cabba Slay. We have to move on.
Okay, no. Wait, we were coming back to Tim Hortons and the
Tim
donuts.
Hortons and the donuts. You can get a cruller there. It's so nice. It's got it's like a very dense donut, but it also melts in the mouth. Cannot find it anywhere in the UK.
Is that the one that is actually like twisted a little bit?
Yeah, it's twisted on the outside. It's
Yeah, yeah,
ribbed.
yeah. For her pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, because you fuck it, because that's what the hole's for.
If there isn't a hole, I make one. Oh, speaking of holes. No, there's a better segue into today's topic.
I'd quite like you to use that one.
Different. Oh, you prefer?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So every guest chooses a topic that we dive into. We explore how it connects to their emotions and their feelings. We were going to talk about something else, and then at the last minute, you chose this topic, which I think we're probably the two most qualified people to talk on, possibly in the country.
I believe so.
Yes.
I believe so.
Having watched a little series called The Search for the Next Doll. You chose the Pussycat Dolls.
The Pussycat Dolls.
The icons, the legends, the many lineups, the backstory that people listening now strap in, because there's so much that happened to these women.
May I request another Google? What is? I think is it Greek or Roman? The myth of like the ship of, the one that like is completely replaced. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Can you do? Let's do.
Sweetie, you mean the Titanic?
I think let's go. Fable ship of replaced. Let's see what happens.
Fable ship of replaced.
That's what I would put into Google.
The ship of Theseus, also
There it
known
is.
as the Theseus paradox, is a thought experiment that raises the question of whether an object that has had all of its components replaced remains fundamentally the same object.
There we go. And that, I think Pussycat Dolls are fundamentally the ship of Theseus of our time.
Every conversation about the history of the Pussycat Dolls, do you know what it's been missing? Greek lore.
No, but basically it's like every bit of the ship was replaced. Is it the same ship?
So fascinating. A similar question could be asked of the Sugababes.
Absolutely. They are the ship of Theseus.
They are still the Sugababes, even though the components are different.
This is true.
Wow.
As long as they're babes.
As long as they're babes, and as long as they're sweet. They can't be spicy.
No.
Because there's already the Spice Girls.
Oh my God, that's so real.
Yeah.
That's so real.
That's why they were called the Sugababes.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
They were called the Sugababes because they were already the Spice Girls. Do you need a moment? We can edit this out.
No. I think I'm getting a little emotional. I might cry. That is...
It's one of those things where you just, when you know it, it's just like, oh, how did I not realize that
And then
before?
there's the Sour Patch Kids. I'm so sorry that I keep derailing you. Sour Patch Kids are famously a response to the Sugababes.
Yes. But done before the Sugababes were manufactured. Yes. Why Pussycat? When you think Pussycat Dolls, what are your immediate thoughts and feelings?
Don't you wish? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about the track that is I don't need a man to make me feel good. An
Slay.
Incredible song.
Honestly, slay. I'm not even saying that one as a joke. That's actually a
It's
slay.
an incredible song.
Yeah.
I also think of dancing. I think they were very, very good at dancing. I think of Vegas vaguely. I don't
Well,
obviously
yes, because they started in a cabaret lounge. No, not in Vegas, on the Sunset Strip in LA.
Okay.
That is in LA, right?
I believe so.
They had like their own lounge.
Love
and
that.
they were a burlesque act before they became the musical group that we all know.
Not to be confused with Burlesque featuring Christina Aguilera and Cher and Kristen Bell.
Which is now going to be a live show.
Oh wow!
Do you want to go to it in London?
Yeah, absolutely. Is it like Magic Mike Live vibes or like a musical?
No, I think it's a jukebox musical. I could be wrong, but I
they
think
had original songs in this.
I
in the
think
movie,
those
right?
songs will still be in the musical, but I think it's a jukebox musical based off of Christina Aguilera's songs.
Oh,
I think.
Cher said, "No, thank you."
No. Yeah. Available for voice acting. Thank you. So
I think Cher should do the X-Files musical. Do you believe?
No, go on. Finish the line.
In life out in space.
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
I could feel something inside me say.
I don't know if I've ever seen an episode of The X-Files.
I don't know. I think last time I saw one, maybe I was like 5 or 6 years old, but it wasn't their slogan. Do you believe? Or like something about believing.
It could have been. Who knows?
I'm so sorry.
Don't Don't apologize. Don't apologize for
Okay,
being you.
what else am I thinking?
What are
I'm
you
thinking about
with
like
Pussycat Dolls?
I distinctly think can't count how many of them are. It just seems like a very large group of people. It's giving Arcade Fire.
It was. It was originally, yes.
And then the fact that I cannot think of any of the Pussycat Dolls apart from Nicole Scherzinger, who I recently saw in Sunset Boulevard, and she changed my life.
You said she's late.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Detective Fierce.
So let's talk about, like, I guess the original lineup that people would have been introduced to through the song Don't Cha.
Don't Cha.
Don't Cha. So that was the first introduction. Nicole was very much front and center.
Yeah.
And then you had the 5 other ladies. Do you know their names?
No, but I know one of the girls was really upset with the fact that Nicole was such a good singer. So there's all these videos of her sort of trying to harmonize over Nicole.
We come on to the Melody Thornton of the situation.
It's in the name, Melody.
Yes.
And she's a thorn.
Did you know? So when Nicole was added to the band, the Pussycat Dolls were like, I don't know, like 15 women. And their first
Thank God that's not years old.
There were 15 women, and their first performance was at like an MTV award show, but in Asia. So it's like in a market where like they wouldn't be known, and if the performance didn't go down very well, it's in a different like territory.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't affect their chances in America. Nicole was in the band at the time, but she'd just been added, so she didn't sing anything. Melody sang the lead.
Oh, so she was sold a completely different dream.
She was brought on to be a lead singer. And then when they got Nicole took over. Because she's Nicole Scherzinger.
Yeah.
She had to.
Yeah.
And all of the memes, we when you've stayed with me, we must have put them on YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
Of
That's
her
all we
just
ever
like
do.
walking onto stage. She's the one where she's not even in the performance at all. You think, oh, she must be unwell. And then for the last 20 seconds, she just walks on and she's like, whoa, it just comes on from the side. Even Nicole looks startled.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the dynamic behind the scenes must have been like at that show? Because I don't think any of them saw it coming.
From what I understand, I don't think Melody would come up to them and be like, hey guys, I'm going to hijack the performance. Hope that's cool. I'm sure that she was just like, oh guys, you go do your thing. I'm just going to sit here.
I'm just Melody.
Me? Who, me?
I never hold microphone.
I don't feel so well. Yeah, and I think it would be like a sort of Spy Kids, like a taken off the wig situation where she like takes off her bathrobe and underneath is like a catsuit.
I don't remember that scene from Spy Kids at all. Was Nicole Scherzinger in Spy Kids?
But I mean, like the sort of disguise situation.
Mm-hmm. So you think, and then
she puts a pillow into the bathrobe, the way that you like pretend you're sleeping when you sneak out of the house.
I thought you could be like to pretend like you're pregnant, like underneath the robe, and then afterwards you're just like, don't worry guys, just a little prank. You know what I'm like? I love pranking.
Yeah, no, I was actually gave birth to a slayful performance. That's what I did. Yeah, no, I think she was real smug about it. She's like, I'm sick.
It happened more than once as well.
Yeah.
I
wonder if like the third time they were like already prepared for it.
Do you think?
Yeah. Or like they would just roll their eyes and be like, okay, I guess. And still, who's on the West End doing Sunset Boulevard?
Well, she might not be doing Sunset Boulevard, but Melody Thornton was in Bodyguard, the musical, the touring production of the UK Midlands specifically.
No, that's cruel. Of me, the thing is, if either of us got a supporting role in that would be a career highlight. That would be like something that we'd like shoehorn into every conversation.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the same as like when I was doing the touring production of Bodyguard. Like
just in the middle of a pelvic exam and being like, you know, I actually sing from the diaphragm. Like when I was with Melody Thornton.
Eating at a Wagamama, I was like, you know, they have a lovely Wagamama. Inside the Duke of Edinburgh Theatre. Sorry.
Oh, bless her.
Melody, come on the pod.
I would love it.
Melody,
I would
please
ask
come
you
on the
all
pod.
about what it was like to be on Mars Singer Australia.
Oh, God.
This is the thing, because when I learn about these things, then I get to an obsessive level of like tracking all of them. Do you know Carmeet, the one with the red hair? She nearly qualified for the Olympics in gymnastics, but then didn't. So I guess she just ended up at the Pussycat Dolls for some reason.
Oh, so that was before the Pussycat Dolls.
Before the Pussycat Dolls.
Okay.
Imagine if it was after.
Yeah, that would have been kind of slayful. Like Gina Davis almost qualified for archery in the Olympics.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
Cody
yeah.
Simpson qualified for swimming.
I thought it was... oh, no, swimming.
Swimming for Australia.
Surfing's not an Olympic sport.
I don't believe it is.
Sometimes it is.
Maybe.
On and
when they
off.
feel like it.
When the waves are right. Is there any music of the Pussycat Dolls that brings a certain something out in you? Because I remember from doing this show the first time around, a lot of people said that things that get them emotional tends to be music.
Yeah, so it's like I discovered feminism through I Don't Need a Man.
Really?
To me, it was my generation's I Am Woman.
I don't need a man. I just need my white satin chemise that barely conceals my nipples, and I just need to dance around in my lovely little bathtub.
Exactly.
Great. That is feminism. When you think about it.
The thing is, whatever the Pussycat Dolls did,
Yeah.
it always passed the Bechdel test. And I don't think we give enough credit to them for that. It wasn't like they were fighting over a man. They were fighting over the mic.
In that one video,
Yeah.
maybe it passes the Bechdel test. Just the one. Just the one.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that
Yeah,
one...
don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me is does not. Because I guess in theory you are singing this to a man whose girlfriend
Yeah.
you're trying to steal.
Yeah.
No, who you're trying to steal from your girlfriend. But maybe the feminist twist is that this is just like sort of lesbian infighting.
Do you think... I'm so glad you said that, because to talk about another band, Girls Aloud.
Yeah.
Do you know the rumours that Cheryl and Kimberly actually are bisexual and were having a lesbian love affair?
I love that. It's very Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Have you read that?
Let's say I have.
But basically, I think there's like lots and lots of evidence of bisexuality in the golden age of Hollywood. And honestly,
Oh, yeah.
And then someone like one of the greatest headlines of all time is Tom Hardy being like, "Of course, I've had sex with a man. I'm an actor." So I do think bisexuality is rampant
It's on the
arts,
rise.
in the arts. So it's like the thing is, you're pretty girls. You're gonna want to have a kiss.
It's very...
Don't label it.
At the time, though, I feel like you couldn't have a message like that. But now thinking about something that's out right now, like Mean Girls, and you
Yeah.
have Renee Rapp,
Yeah.
whose whole thing is,
I'm gay.
I
And
thought she
you're
was
like,
bi.
no, now she's saying she's gay.
Full gay.
Yeah, but I think she uses it interchangeably, and it's like, that's kind of your thing. I was going to be like,
Hey,
Sam,
it's a
have you
journey.
seen this?
I am the only gay person
yeah, it's your
in
USP.
all of media. In all of media. People think it's Graham Norton.
Yeah, Anderson
but no.
Cooper's actually straight.
Yes, he is. Yeah, so nowadays you have someone like Renee Rapp who's openly writing songs about like, hey, it's kind of fun to just kiss a girl and
Yeah.
then maybe do more.
Yeah.
Maybe
Cool for the summer.
Call for the summer.
That's an anthem.
That's also
So
an
the thing
anthem.
is,
yeah.
I think that it's like they're all just doing that.
So do you think you enjoyed the Pussycat Dolls because they taught you something about modern day womanhood?
And that is, you can both sing and dance. You don't have to choose.
Well, let's talk about this. Because Nicole was front and center, and as I'm sure we all remember from watching the Behind the Music, whatever documentary it was called, Nicole sang all of the backing vocals and the lead vocals.
That's crazy.
Except a couple songs where Melody did a couple of like, and then each of the girls had one solo track. Just the one on an
But they
album.
were never singles.
No, if you went to see them live, they would perform them live.
So while Nicole was changing.
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was it. So she did all of the work, but she never said anything about it until they stopped performing together. Because when Jai Ho came out, and it was, I've forgotten the man's name, who actually did the original song, but it was him and the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
Feach Nicole Scherzinger. And that's what led to the downfall.
Was she out of the band by that point?
No, she was in the band. They'd recorded the video and she did all the vocals for it. And then when it came out, all of the girls were like, oh, it's the Pussycat Dolls feature Nicole Scherzinger. So she gets her own credit. And that's what led to the downfall. There's a video of Melody on stage in a Pussycat Dolls concert, and she screams to the audience, just being like, something about like, I know some of you are fans of me and I know some of you aren't. Don't worry, I guess it's because I'm not a featured artist. And then Nicole comes out and the concert starts. It's wild. There was a lot of infighting, I think.
They're really putting the cat in Pussycat Dolls.
Really putting the cat amongst the pussies.
That's brutal. Like, I bet it was a fucking toxic working environment because they were not passive aggressive; they were aggressive.
It sounds like it, right? And
now claws.
And when they tried to do the comeback is now not happening because Nicole wanted more. She basically wanted to own the Pussycat Dolls, and that's why the tour got cancelled and COVID as well. But they didn't bring it back because she wanted more. She was like, the Pussycat Dolls will be nothing without me. So
she's not wrong.
Either I get what I want and then everyone else is just cool with it, or we just don't do anything.
Why
Isn't
wouldn't
that
you?
Crazy.
I mean, a part of me is like, play for the team, but another part of me is like, the girlies can't say no to a paycheck.
True. That's true. I mean, Kimberly has done Dancing on Ice.
And then one of them, is it Ashley who like tried to have a career in the UK?
Ashley and Kimberly did, I would say.
I feel like I'm gonna get myself cancelled by
Kimberly and Melody have both done Dancing on Ice. Ashley did Strictly. The other two, I don't think have done any reality TV, but those three all did stuff. Ashley did I'm a Celebrity as well.
Okay, before I get into this, I want to explore this a lot. Just have to say, Nicole also created One Direction, right?
She sure did.
Yeah, she was a judge on the
She was
X
the one who
Factor.
put them together. Yeah. And she was a guest judge.
She's incredible.
She just like flew in, created One Direction, and then left.
Like, I want to say like, oh, she's asking for too much or she's being a diva, but she really works for it.
She
made points.
You cannot question. She's very talented.
She's extremely talented.
She's very talented.
She was in Moana.
She was.
Is there anything she can't do?
There was a show that she did in America where like every week celebrities had to do like different like stunts or stuff. There's a video, it's like 20 seconds, where she goes into a middle split on stage in like a ball gown and she's holding a crossbow and she fires the crossbow at an apple on a target and it hits the apple dead on.
Jesus Christ. She's just like an incredibly capable person.
All I'm saying is when conscription starts, we need to make sure Nicole Scherzinger is on the front line.
She said she read Hunger Games and she took it to heart as an instruction manual.
Yeah.
I'd say also like, I think very few American, and I hate to say this, quote unquote, has-beens sort of escape that status and create like a new persona for themselves.
Yeah.
And she has ingratiated, is that the word? What are you
I don't know what the rest of the sentence is.
I have no idea what I'm trying to say. But it's like she has earned her success on her own in the UK, and she's a very respectable figure. And I think that's really impressive. Because she had to shed the shadow of the Pussycat Dolls. Okay, so walk me through the original lineup and what all of them did after.
Happily.
Thank you.
You got Nicole, who's gone on to multi-million success.
We know.
She's on The Masked Singer. She's best friends with Andrew Lloyd Webber. She's going on Broadway with Sunset Boulevard.
Yes. She's a judge on The Masked Singer, am I correct? Or
yes.
Okay.
She's a judge. Then you have Melody. Melody always wanted to be a solo artist and wanted to be the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls so that she could lead into that. It never quite happened. She did release an album.
Solo.
Some of it is quite good.
Okay.
I don't think it had the reception that maybe she hoped for.
Okay.
She won the Masked Singer Australia.
Okay, slay.
Honestly, slay. Jessica could not tell you. I remember Jessica was a judge on America's Next Top Model because there was a girl band themed episode.
Okay, so guest judge.
She was a guest judge. But it's when they did the British invasion. So it was half Americans, half British people, all on one cycle. And the guest judges for that week were Jessica from the Pussycat Dolls and Nadine Coyle.
Okay, so you know this because Nadine was on.
Nadine was heavily subtitled.
No fucking way.
I thought you were an incredible model. I think you should be able to put the photograph. And nobody...
No fucking way was a person speaking English subtitles.
Because the challenge that week for some reason was the models had to do pop songs as a group. And
What the
so
fuck
they
kind of
brought the
challenge
two
is
of them in, and like they had to write the lyrics themselves. So Nadine comes in to help the British girls write lyrics to the song. And you can just tell, even though they're the British ones, they're looking at Nadine just being like, what's that lady saying? They had no idea.
Fleur.
Flyer, working with Flyer. Sweet thanks. Like, born 15th of the 6th, 1985, making me a Gemini. What date of birth did I just give you? Sorry, it's really hard not to just do the full. I would say once a week, My Roman Empire, I go and watch the calamity that was her on Irish Pop Stars.
Wait, so she gave them the wrong date, right?
She gave them the wrong date of birth. But then the best thing about it is you see that photo right there. She goes, what date of birth did I just give you? 15th of the 6th? And then it fades to black. Best editing choice I've ever seen in any reality TV show ever. Fades to black, and then when it comes back, it's all of the downfall. She's trying to prove that she is 18 years old.
But she's actually
16. And the problem is, even though she just made the mistake, and she could have just been like, it was just a little mistake, I just gave her the wrong date of birth. She could not do the maths in her head. She couldn't remember the lie she was supposed to tell. So every time they would ask her, it's like, Nadine, what is your date of birth? She'd be like, it's 1987. And they'd be like, Nadine, that would make you 14. She's like, I mean 1983. She kept going the wrong 2 years in the wrong direction.
Oh, honey.
And then she lied about having her passport. So she's on the phone. She'd be like, Mammy, where's my passport? It's in Derry. What do I do? And then she comes out. And then.
But they had to throw her out of the show?
They sure did.
Oh, because it's only 18 plus.
Yeah.
But then she did.
Girls Aloud. She did Pop Stars The Rivals. Okay. Thank God. Could you imagine?
God. How far did she get into the original show?
She made the band. She
and got
won.
kicked out.
She got kicked out. Yeah, because back in the day, they anticipated the band being like a huge like thing, and so they sent them all to like a house in the middle of nowhere where no one could find them, not even the press, because it wasn't until the show started airing that they could be like, oh, okay, here's who we have on.
Right.
And so it had to be kept a secret. So she was in like some secret house, and then her parents had to come and pick her up and take her back to Derry.
Oh my God, but thank God it's a happy ending. So then did that band continue without her?
6 did carry on.
As 5?
No, they got a spare member.
Okay.
And you know, everyone knows. What's your favorite 6 song?
Oh, the musical?
Yeah. Oh, that's not done.
Tommy Marlowe gang.
So we have to talk about a little show called The Search for the Next Doll.
Okay.
This was at the height of Pussycat Dolls.
Wait, so did we go through every doll?
Oh, sorry, no, of course. So, yeah.
How
so
many
Jessica,
originally?
6.
6.
There was Carmeet, who was the one with the red hair.
Yeah.
She was my favorite, I think, at the time. She was the gymnast. But could also sing a little bit. There's videos online of her singing with Bruno Mars.
Oh, good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Little Bruno Mars. Just kicking around. With
He
Carmeet.
knows how to write a song and sing it.
He does. Can he dance? He can dance as well.
I think he can dance.
Well, he could be in the Pussycat Dolls then. Look at that.
What's stopping him?
And Kimberly and Ashley are the ones who came to the UK to really forge a career for themselves. I think Kimberly was like a judge on a dance show because she was the dancer. It's so funny to think that Nicole can sing and dance and act and all of this stuff. But in the Pussycat Dolls, she was the worst dancer because they were that good at dancing.
Damn, I need to look up some videos of them dancing.
Yeah, it's really quite something. But this leads nicely onto the show, the reality show that they made off the back of the success of the Pussycat Dolls, The Search for the Next Doll.
Whew, okay, it's I want to say one of, if not the best reality TV pilot I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
If anything, I had diarrhea before recording this podcast in honor of what happened on that episode. Would you like to?
Oh my God!
Tell the listeners,
because I explained to you what happened in the episode, and you were like, "We have to watch this." So it's the auditions. They're looking for a new member of the Pussycat Dolls, and so there's girls from around the country. They choose an eclectic mix of girls who can sing but not dance, girls who can really dance, cannot sing a single note, and then a spectrum in the middle of varying abilities. And it gets the first.
Where do you land on that spectrum
of singing and dancing?
Yeah.
I'm what we call a no threat. I possess no skills. I could be.
Is podcasting on the spectrum?
I mean, podcasting is a threat. It's not part of the triple threat. No, I can't sing or dance. Well, no.
No, I think you can dance. No, you've got some moves.
I have legs.
I've been to dance classes with you.
That's so true. We love a dance.
We really love a dance.
We love a dance.
Can I be honest with you right now?
Yes.
I went to Disneyland.
What?
I went to Disneyland Paris in December with a couple of friends, and we got quite high on
Disneyland?
On substances. And in the little boat that takes you around, It's a Small World.
Yeah.
As we were leaving It's a Small World, I was like peak high, I would say.
Peak high.
Under drugs is whatever.
Is it as high as the famous edible you took on the plane?
No. And I said, guys, can I tell you something?
Uh-huh.
And I said, I know this is really conceited to say, but I just really need to tell you this. I think I'm an amazing dancer. It's like, I think I can really move my body. And there was a complete silence for about 15 seconds, at which point Ewan looked at me, grabbed my hand, and he said, that was really vulnerable.
You were so brave. That was a really courageous thing to do. That was like a thing Jenna Maroney on 30 Rock would say, where she's just like, it's really hard for me to watch other people sing because I have perfect pitch. I've definitely said something like, am I a trained dancer? No. Have I had training? A little. Did I need it? Not really. Love to sing and dance. So these girls on this reality TV show, and because I know this because it was on T4, which was peak. If you were a teenager in the noughties, T4 was where it was at, and it was on there. So all of these girls turn up for the final audition to find out if they get on the show. They have to perform in groups a Pussycat Dolls song or something from the back catalogue of the Pussycat Dolls cabaret show. And whilst this is happening, there is a horrendous outbreak of some kind of stomach flu or virus. One girl gets it, she spreads it to everyone in her group. Then it spreads to everyone else in the group. In the cars from the hotel to the place where they're auditioning, they're just this gorgeous, statuesque, Amazon-like ballet dancer woman just blowing chunks right out of her face into a giant bag in the middle of like one of those like reality TV show vans with all the cameras in it. And then they get there, they're ready to do the audition, and they say to them, if you don't perform, then there's no way you're getting the show. We don't care if you're sick. But they know that some of the girls are just not well enough to perform. So offside of the stage, they have girls hooked up to IV drips. There's a girl who's fully unconscious on arrival, and she just lies down straight away. They put an IV in her arm, and then she gets up just to do her number, and it's, I don't need a man. And she's actually the best one of the group, and she's like licking her fingers, just be like, rubbing her pussy, and she's like, she's still got the IV in her arm. She's using it like a feather boa. She's serving, she's slaying, she's shitting.
Yeah.
And then,
the IV is dripping cunt.
there's cunt everywhere, and she spilled it. And so she performs, and then she goes back to pass out again. Then they wake up all of the girls back so that they can find out who's made it back to the final 9. Some of the healthy girls who didn't get sick at all do not go through. And then there's like a girl whose like arm is basically like cut off. They had to amputate it halfway through the performance and be like, Chelsea, you really powered through, and we really respect that. So you're in. And she's just like, I don't even know what happened. She's possibly in a coma at this point. And then the rest of the series is like classic X Factor Pop Idol stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that in the Pussycat Dolls only, I think this would have worked, where dancing was as important as singing, because some of them they were so off tune. They could not sing. They were singing the words at the wrong time. They couldn't remember the words. But they could really dance.
Yeah.
They could really pop it. They could really pop the puss. They could really get the tits up.
Yeah.
Tits were up.
Yeah.
Vocals down, tits up.
You'd be arrested if you were straight right now.
I really would be. Could you imagine if I was straight? Heaven help the world, honestly.
I imagine in 2016.
What a lovely full circle moment. Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. How did you feel watching that for the first time? Because I feel like there's a trope that gay men keep like a playlist of terrible videos of horrible things to play for their friends at parties or when they have guests over. That's definitely the thing that I showed you.
I honestly think when it comes to reality television, that is... I think maybe the best reality TV pilot I've ever seen in my entire life.
It really was.
It's just that like they were not afraid to go there.
They absolutely were not. And also there was a second series.
How do you top that?
I'll tell you how. The Hunt for Girlicious. The sister band to the Pussycat Dolls, where a girl's grandmother just full on dies halfway through the show. Does she give up on her dream? No, because her grandmother would have wanted her to continue. But one of the other girls, as she's on the phone...
They get a hologram of the Nana?
Like ABBA Voyage. It was very ahead of their time. She gets the call that her grandmother's died, and there's another girl just singing, and then they go like, could you just... sorry, her grandmother just died. And the girl is just like, I mean, that's really not my problem. This is a singing competition.
Is she wrong? Where's the fucking lie?
And you know what
It's
happened?
not a grandma dying competition.
And you know what happened to that girl? She made the band.
Yes, she did.
Because she slayed.
Girlicious. Girl, that's girlish, and that's girlish.
She said, your grandmother died? Flop. Hard flop.
One less bitch I need to kill before we get to the top. I think that okay, I know that you make a compelling argument about how important it is to sing and dance to be in the Pussycat Dolls or in fact the sister band Girlicious. But I'm here to make the argument that even though it is sort of on the surface a competition about singing and dancing, when it's really what they're being judged on is ruthlessness.
Oh yeah.
And lack of heart.
Are you going to make it in this industry? You can be in the band. You can be in the band.
It's a backstabbing competition.
Oh yeah.
And
quite
I hope
literally.
you packed your knives.
How did the grandma die? She was stabbed in the back 12 times by a series of 18-year-old aspiring singers.
Okay, serious question.
Yeah.
Is there a group, any collective that you would you would like to create a reality show around adding a member to?
Adding one member to? That's really interesting because
the Labour Party. The hunt for the next
The hunt for the next Starmer? Angela Slainer, am I right? But I'm trying to think of a band that would need an extra member. Couldn't be Sugababes because they were the three. They were the trio.
But in a way, Queen did that when they added Adam Lambert. Or Journey did that when they added that guy. Can you tell me who's the touring lead singer of Journey currently?
Yep.
By that logic, then it would have to be Girls Aloud. Because they added Adam Lambert because Freddie Mercury wasn't there anymore.
I thought you said they added Adam Lambert to Girls Aloud.
Could you imagine if they added Javine back?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really a good idea. Because Javine was almost in Girls Aloud.
She nearly was. And she's gone radio silent since about 2014 when she was in a
She said everything she had to say.
She really did. She said, touch my fire. That's it. Thank you very much.
It's Arnel Pineda.
Yes.
Ugh, was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, so Journey have another singer do that. So I'm just wondering, could it be a singer? Could it be maybe like a cast? Who?
Oh, a cast. Like a musical cast?
You could do.
Like an extra character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Hunt for Elle Woods was one, or whatever that was called, the Legally Blonde one.
Yes, yeah.
Well, yeah, what do we want to add to?
Well, famously, Andrew Lloyd Webber made all of those shows. It was like, we're looking for the next Nancy. We're looking for the next Maria. We're looking for Joseph. He did one for Jesus. We're looking for the star of Jesus Christ Superstar. You will be Jesus.
We're all looking for Jesus.
We're all looking for Jesus.
Apparently, Andrew Garfield's going to play Jesus in a Martin Scorsese movie.
What is the movie? Jesus Christ Super Slave?
I may be wrong, but fun.
Well, good for him.
Fun. Something to do.
Do you have any final thoughts on the Pussycat Dolls? I feel like we've gone on a very round trip around their history, what it means to be a Pussycat Doll who sings, dances, and is just a woman trying to do her best. Mm-hmm. Any final thoughts on the Pussycat Dolls?
Before I get to my final thoughts.
Okay.
You and I are part of a comedy group called Joy Multiplication.
We sure are.
You, me, Huge Chloe.
Yes.
That could be a reality show.
I was watching...
The Hunt for the Next Joy.
I was watching The Gladiators.
Yeah.
The reboot.
Yeah.
If they ever wanted to do a comic relief special, I think the four of us as contestants would be TV gold.
I say we do it.
I think we should.
Okay. Who do I email?
Bradley Walsh and your son, who is great at presenting. Oh well, now it's not going to happen. I fucked it. I think that's the training. I think a show where it's the four of us just trying to get really swole, so jacked.
Yeah.
Hugh said to me at the start of this year that he wants to go on a muscle building journey. I'm always on a muscle building journey.
You've been on that journey. It's the freaking Camino.
Yeah.
Okay. So, last thoughts on the Pussycat Dolls. Everything I know about feminism, I learned from Don't Ya.
That says a lot, and it also says nothing. Great.
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
What are some Pussycat Doll songs I know? I Don't Need a Man, Don't Ya,
Stick with You.
Stick with You.
Stick with you.
Yeah.
No vowels.
No.
Just the consonants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any others that I would know?
When I grow up.
When
I want
I
to be
grow-
famous. I
I
want to have
titties.
boobies.
I want to have boobies.
Yeah. They had the one with Will I Am. Beep. It's
Stop
funny
looking at
how
my
a
beep.
man always thinks about the
Beep. I just think I guess it's a lesson in what is expected of women in modern society. When is it Busta Rhymes who was on Don't Ya?
He sure was.
So the idea
Yeah.
that like one single man can come in and rap when there has to be 6 women dancing, harmonizing,
Yeah.
doing flips to just be on the same level.
That is actually an incredible point.
It's just you just have to work 6 times harder and do that much more. You have to be all things at once
Yeah.
just to have that same slot at VMA's Tokyo.
Yeah. And then you put your heart and soul into that performance, and then it just goes to Nicole anyway. Wow.
Kimberly, get on the show. Melody, we'd love to have you. I'm a guest. I'm not coming back.
I thought you might. Yeah, you could be in the Pussycat Dolls. Why not?
Me?
I've only just noticed on the bottom of that mug is the flag of Korea. Did not notice.
Well, Korea is now home to some of the most popular boy bands and girl bands.
Oh my god, twice. Blackpink, BTS. What was the one that was called like Korea's Girls' Generation?
Girls' Generation. Oh my god, love Girls' Generation.
But then you start reading about like the history. Some of the videos that come up on TikTok, like fan cam compilations and stuff, they've got the wildest titles. It's like valid reasons that K-pop stars were cancelled, and it would be like a girl gained like a kilo more.
It's terrible,
yeah,
because
it's
they
really bad.
live under horrible conditions, right?
So
They need to
horrible.
practice constantly. They're not allowed to date. They're not allowed to see their families. They have to diet. It's awful.
They have to do military service.
Well,
BTS
that
had
I can
to-
get on board with.
Okay, fine. Pro conscription, lovely. I've loved chatting about the Pussycat
Well,
Dolls.
Elvis was in the army.
Was he?
Why won't Jungkook be in the army?
I'll repeat what I said. Nicole Scherzinger needs to be a general in the British Army. What is she the general of? Cunt. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Just to bring it back to the question I said 5 times at the start. To end the episode, I would like to get your quick fire thoughts and feelings
Okay, let's
on
go.
some random subjects.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You ready to be vulnerable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First one, dark chocolate.
No thanks.
Correct. Climate change.
That's a flop.
It is a flop. Such a flop. Speaking of flops, Felicity Huffman.
You know what? I really like her, even though... Wasn't she in the college scandal?
Yeah, she pretended her daughter was a kayak so that she could... no, she pretended her daughter was like a kayaker who
Is good
was
enough
on
to get a scholarship.
Good enough to get a scholarship. That was it.
All
Yeah.
I'll say is mother.
That is mother behavior
That is
now.
mother behavior.
That is mother, quite literally.
Yeah.
This is very relevant. The Girls Aloud Sugababes crossover Walk This Way.
Was there that happened?
Did you not know?
Is it the cover of Walk This Way
It
that...
sure is. It was either for Children in Need or Comic Relief.
I don't know. There is a precise amount of cocaine that will get you to that point. of thinking that's a good idea. I want to say it's like 2.5 lines.
Okay. Well, I think it went to number
That
one.
you go one line, Sugababes. One line, Girls Aloud. Half a line, stop, walk this way.
Yeah.
And that's how
it.
that was born.
That is Meghan Trainor's songwriting process. Speaking of mother, because she had that weird song where she was like, I am your mother.
I am your mother.
Trying to capitalize on mother.
Yeah.
But in doing that, not mother. Flop.
No, that's the least motherly thing you could do.
Least mother thing you could do. Taking medical advice from TikTok.
Go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever,
Doctors used to prescribe leeches. They don't fucking know.
do you ever double question it, like, is this medical advice genuine, or is this person just wearing scrubs?
Either way, he's in my anus.
Oh, there's one that's actually that might be quite good for you. It was called like the internal shower. I'll show you. It's like you drink lemon juice and chia seeds. Flushes out.
Well, don't chia seeds expand? So don't you just like become sort of engorged from within?
It just, listen, if you've got 6 hours to kill and access to an empty toilet, have I got a drink for you? Speaking of drinks, Sam Pelly.
Oh, obviously, forever and ever.
You're eternally a Sam Pelly girl.
I'm bathing in it.
You okay? Would you?
The thing I like about San Pelli, and I've said this once and I'll say it again, is the fact that it's at the same price point in all the other waters, but the graphic design makes it look and feel more luxurious.
So
and I'm
true.
all about affordable luxury.
So true. You are.
I really am.
You are the net-a-porter of. And finally, what do you think about a woman on a train at a table seat who says, I love getting the train because I just like to treat myself to a few picky bits?
Wait, is this a reference to something?
No. You meet this woman on a train, how do you feel?
Karen Hobbs? Haven't seen you in ages.
She does like a picky bit on a train.
But like, who doesn't? The thing is, I enjoy life's simple pleasures, and I really, really respect people who are not self-conscious about how basic they are.
You embracing the basic.
Yeah. And like, there's nothing worse than someone like hating brunch or begrudgingly, ironically enjoying it. Just let your basic fucking flag fly.
Could we say, in a way, Pussycat Dolls, I feel like, might be considered... Because they were like manufactured pop, so people could think of them as basic. But unquestionably, they were very successful. So we embrace them. So we're embracing the basic.
Embrace the basic.
Embrace the basic. What a lovely message. Embrace it. And that is on Mother. Olga, we've loved having you here. Did you have a nice time?
Oh my God, I've loved it.
Did you
so
live?
much. Thank you. Has this been recording? Thank fuck.
We've been recording the whole time. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Please come see me on tour. I'm on tour in the UK, New Zealand. No, I'm going to start that again. Please come see me on tour. I'm on tour in the UK, New Zealand, and Australia. And listen to my podcast, Family Jewels.
Lovely. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Darling.
Oh, more for the voice acting reel. Lovely. And thank you for watching and listening. Bye, I guess. Because we don't have a social media account or anything yet, so I'll do that another time. So I guess we're done. Do I get my tits out?
Yay! Hairy.
Just the one. They are really hairy.
That's sexy.
There's more hair on one nipple than there is on the other one.
I fucking love hair. Let me fucking grab onto it. Hang off of it.
Can we stop now?